There we go, from a Mr. Mr. Ian Will. Okay. Really enjoy the techniques. I find them very positive. From a Judy. From a Claire. I really enjoyed doing the goal setting. It really helped me to change my life and move my life to a new level. Really enjoy it. Truly inspirational. Really enjoy the visualizations, the exercises, the handouts. I love the stories, the encouragement. Visualization is fantastic. Great time to reflect on what I want to achieve. Another one here. The interactive nature, simple and informative structure, relayed atmosphere, meditation, fantastic time to meditate. I would have liked Jimmy to tell us more about himself. Okay, well I'll certainly do that as and when I can. But the show is all about you, it's not about me. Really love the visualization and being able to interact. Visualization, again, it's fantastic. Now, Vernon, really love the visualization. It's great to be able to visualize the way I want things to go and some of the best moments in my past. I love the idea that all things are possible. It's a shame that the show only goes on for a short time. Okay, absolutely fantastic. And a big smiley face. So they're just some of the emails receive on a weekly basis, some of the evaluations. They're from the various shows I do, the shows I do up and down the country, the Get Busy Living shows. Some of the emails are from the show that's been going on this program now for the past few months and the week in, week out. So it's a combination of different people who've emailed, and I thought I would share them emails, and I will continue to share emails of people who are on the show. So when you're logging in, please email, and I will read your emails out. I will read your name out. If you leave your name as well, I'll read your name out and I'll read where you are from, and I'll read your email. So it's always nice to share people's success stories. And what you're doing when you're writing in, you're inspiring other people to give hope. So you're leaving your own legacy in your own way. And I think that sometimes it's great to have your interaction as well. So these are some of the emails. Some of the things I've read out here are people who've come to the show. And it's not always possible for people to come to our Get Busy Living show. And we get many emails like this and the evaluation sheets of people filling them in saying how fantastic the Get Busy Living show is. And as good as the Get Busy Living show is, it's not as practical and as hands-on as this show is here. So I'd like people who join in this show on a week-to-week basis just to email and tell us your own stories of inspiration, not just about the program, your own life story. It's always nice to share stories of other people's lives. And one of the things I want to do going forward is I want to share a truly amazing theme. I want to read a story of inspiration. Every week I want to read someone's story of how they've turned things around and what they've done to turn things around as well, because I think that moment of inspiration can serve as a good thing for other people. It's truly amazing. And I was talking to someone this week. I was having a conversation with someone this week who was a famous sports star who had a bout of depression. And he said to me, he said that after he'd retired from being a professional sports person, he didn't know where his life was going or how it was going or what he would do. You know, all the razzmatazz and all the things that goes with it, being a top professional sports person, all the adrenaline rush and all the things that sports people really enjoy doing had disappeared all of a sudden. All of a sudden, he could walk down the street and he wasn't this amazing sports person he was anymore. And he became very depressed and very down. And he spent feeling down. He said that there were certain times in the day where he didn't want to get out of bed. He would just put himself under the covers and he wouldn't get up. He'd just see himself, or he'd find himself being very weepy, very sad, very upset. He couldn't find a way out. And there were certain times he was afraid that he might attempt to end his life, or he might attempt to even cause somebody else harm. He wasn't sure where he was going. He said this lasted for a significant time in his life, and it's quite sad that this can happen to people. That can happen to anybody out there. Nobody's immune to this sort of thing happening to them. I think one of the things that strikes me is that sense of purpose of being a top athlete had gone. And in the going of the sense of purpose of being a top athlete, almost the identity's gone. It's like, for example, if you've ever lost a job, and with your job, you're not so upset about losing your job, you're just upset about the identity your job gave you. other things in life. You may have separated from a partner, and you may have had a change in your life, and you feel a completely different person. And that's the same thing that some people go through in their life, where that sense of loss and the sense of not being the person they were before. We've got to keep growing, got to keep moving forward, because we can't focus on what we once were. We can't focus on what we once did. The story of the sports person ended well. He overcame his depression, and in overcoming his depression, he would share his story with a number of people around the world. And by doing that, he said that there was people who came up to him occasionally and said that the story that he told saved their life. They said if someone as athletically gifted and someone in that situation could become depressed, then obviously anyone could. So it was very inspiring for people. And that's the purpose behind anyone who wants to write in and share a story about where you've come from and how you've turned your life around. And earlier in the show, early in the series, we had a gentleman come on from the north of England, talk about how he did that, and it was really inspirational.